Page 49, exercise 1.10, also known as the Victory March, or the melody from Victory March, whatever that is. Now in this piece, as far as the symbols go, they're not throwing anything new at you. But there is one slight new thing that we have here, and that is a thing called a pickup beat, or a pickup measure. You see, according to the music theory of purists, every measure has to have a certain number of beats, a certain number of counts. It's just the way it works, and that's based on the time signature. There's these numbers at the beginning. So in this piece, it's in 2/4 time, therefore we need 2 beats per measure, every measure. Well, look at the first measure. There's only one quarter note there. That's 1 beat. So you're thinking, no, that doesn't work. I need 2 beats. Well, what they've done is they take the last measure of the piece and they split it. And they take the end of it, however many, it could be any number of beats, and they put it at the beginning. It is a pickup measure. So when counting it, you don't start on count 1. You start on whatever count this pickup measure is starting on. Well, this is 2/4 time, so it's starting on count 2. So it's like if I count us in, I'm going to give us 3 counts, a full 2 plus 1, and then we come in on 2. So it's like 1, 2, 1, then we play type thing. And that's really the only new thing they're throwing at you here. What they're talking about in the words is using the weak fingers. The 4th and 5th fingers are the weakest. So this idea of the 4th and 5th finger being the weak fingers, this is something all pianists have to deal with. I use a technique I was taught in college called weight distribution, weight transfer. I don't use the finger muscles so much to play with. That used to be a technique way back in the 1700s where they did. But keep in mind the keyboards back then, the touch on them was very light. They were the pianos that Beethoven played were very light touch compared to the pianos we have today. It's different. So today I use a weight distribution. Now I've already explained a little bit on the trill exercise and a little bit on the chords where you're using the weight of the arm to help you push the keys down. If you watch a little kid play, they will do this automatically because they don't have the muscles in the fingers. They have to use the weight in the arm to do it. And I'm thinking, that's wonderful. I hope you can keep that up. And they don't. But they don't. So what we're after here is we're using the 4th and 5th fingers a little more, but what I want you to do is simply transfer the weight from one finger to the next. Whatever the finger is doesn't matter, because you can transfer weight either to the next finger or a finger far away. Again, doesn't matter. So at the beginning of this, it comes up in the right hand, you have the G. Then I'm going to transfer the weight over to the E. I'm going to roll it over to the E, back to the G, and then the D, and then the thumb. And then when I get the thumb, I'm just going to roll it up and roll it down. And the whole thing is played this way. And you learn in time, you'll just transfer the weight from finger to finger. So much easier to do. Now, I use this method, learn it primarily when playing the scales. I'm a big believer on scales. And really it's time, if you haven't, they'll get to it eventually, but it wouldn't hurt you to go ahead and go do my scale video on the C major scale. Do the beginner portion of it and start working on it. But transfer the weight from one finger to the other, and the left hand works exactly the same way. And that's what I recommend you doing here. Because then those weak fingers aren't so weak anymore, because all they got to do is hold up the weight of the arm rather than trying to make the fingers itself do the work. Ugh. Let's try this out. I'm going to give us 3 counts, and let's play this slowly together. So the right hand's going to play the first line here. Left hand, when it comes in, will be here. So go ahead and just, this one you can put both hands up for the whole thing. 1, ready, go. 2, 1, 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1, 2, rest.